One leaked document about Grand Theft Auto 6 has the entire internet talking right now, and this document dumps a lot of information in everybody's laps. What is up, everybody? This is Sergeant Steve with Sentinel17 Gaming. Thanks for joining me for this video. I greatly appreciate it. Now, obviously, if you're not subscribed to my channel, take this opportunity to do so. Share this video with someone who may enjoy it, and hit the like button so that I know that you enjoyed the video. Also, if you have something to say, leave it in the comment section below. Now, this info dump, consider this your spoiler warning. I am going to talk about some of the things that were mentioned in here, and I'm not going full in-depth into it. I know some YouTubers are making a lot of videos discussing everything, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to talk about a few things and why I kind of think Rockstar is leaning in this particular direction with their new game. Now, the biggest elephant in the room I want to address is Carcer City. One of the characters in this game, and just like in Grand Theft Auto 5, there are 3 characters you can choose from. One of them is from Carcer City. Now, Carcer City has never been the setting of a Grand Theft Auto game, but Rockstar Games has used it in games from the past, notably from Manhunt. Now, Manhunt, in my opinion, is not an IP that I think we'll ever see again, and the reason being, of course, is because we live in a very sensitive time where people just won't, people will attack it like rabid dogs, basically, because the entire premise of Manhunt was you were a convict who was on death row, who was basically murdering gang members in gruesome fashion, and the director of Manhunt, the lead antagonist, I guess, has you doing all this stuff, and he's videotaping it, essentially making a snuff film. Now, Carcer City was the setting for that game, but Carcer City does exist in the Grand Theft Auto universe. In Grand Theft Auto 3, on one of the advertisements, or one of the news, I guess you'd say it, a news flash, on the radio it says, "Great day for law and order as Police Chief Gary Schaefer is cleared of corruption charges in a controversial decision by the courts. Let's hope those missing witnesses show up safe and sound." And before the lady says that, of course, she says, "in nearby Carcer City." So what that means is Carcer City is near Liberty City, and that it also exists in the same universe as Liberty City, Vice City, and San Andreas. And, of course, San Andreas being the state, with San Andreas housing 3 different cities. In Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, it was San Fierro, it was Los Santos, and it was Las Venturas. Although in the newest rendition of San Andreas with Grand Theft Auto 5, San Fierro and Las Venturas, of course, were nowhere to be found. Now, does that mean that we won't see them at all in the future? Who knows? Rockstar could put them in there. But the biggest thing about this is that with this new game, they are putting Carcer City, Liberty City, Vice City, and another undisclosed location in Central or South America. Now, the reason why this is very important is because how big Grand Theft Auto 5 is. And this game's in-game world is supposed to be so much bigger. And if they make the game even, or if they make Liberty City even close to what it was in Grand Theft Auto 4, I mean, this game could legitimately be like 400 gigabytes. It's going to be huge. And if they want to use ray tracing and all this other stuff, imagine how big it is. And they're also going to want to use solid state drive. And as we know, games that use solid state drive a lot of times have, they're bigger in size than if they're not using a solid state drive, because they have certain upgrades that utilize the solid state drive. Now, of course, it has 3 characters. It's seamless transition. One of those characters is allegedly an undercover cop, which makes me remember way back to Saints Row, where one of the characters in Saints Row that your character works with was actually an undercover cop. There's also a lot of changes to how the police conduct themselves, searches, investigations, and I want to believe that the in-game economy is going to be even crazier than it was in Grand Theft Auto 5, and I think Rockstar Games is trying to gradually evolve from Grand Theft Auto 5 to Grand Theft Auto 6, but I think they're incorporating a lot of elements that we saw in Red Dead Redemption 2, such as having to eat in order not to lose stamina. You pass out if you don't get enough rest or you don't eat, stuff like that. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how they incorporate it with Grand Theft Auto 6 without making Grand Theft Auto 6 a drag like a lot of people felt Red Dead Redemption 2 was in some ways. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Check out my other videos on my YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sentinel17.